Hey y'all, welcome. We are here as promised Friday. I'm going to be telling y'all about the dusty horror stories that are in the comments. Okay, so yesterday on Instagram and TikTok, I asked you guys to share your dustiest stories in the comments and then I would read them. Okay, so brace yourselves. Okay, trigger warning if you have ever been with a dusty. This maybe bring back some memories. So please, if you are not ready, if you are not properly healed, if you're not on your meds or whatnot, you got dusty flashbacks, PTS dust, do not watch. Okay, click off right now because we're going to get into it. And these dusty stories, you know, if Ryan Coogler and Jordan Peele get a hold of these comments, they're going to make a whole another horror movie. Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about these dusty tales from the dust. All right. Let me get into these comments. Welcome. Y'all gather around. Save your questions till later. We're going to be reading dusty comments. Not dusty comments, but women's dusty horror stories. Okay. Some of them are short. Some of them are long. So I'm going to go ahead. Okay. Let me start off. I'm just going in random order. I'm not saying any of your names. Don't worry. You're protected. Okay. Okay, here's one. I'm not going to start off too terrible. We're just going to start off. Okay, a guy begged to take you out. Okay, okay, I'm reading dusty story comments from women in my comments section. A guy begged to take me out, and once I agreed on the date, he stood me up the day of and reached out a few weeks later saying he was sick. Okay, that's not really dusty. Okay. Okay, y'all gotta get better stories than that. Okay. Went out on a date. The guy ordered water, no apps, no food. Asked me if I was hiring at my company. I excused myself to the bathroom and left. He texted me saying random is like we were meant to be together and had already told his parents about us. Block. Okay, here's another one. My ex didn't have a car, so I would let him use it to go to work. Little did I know he was cheating on me and whipped them around town in my car. My experiences have made me better, a better woman. Okay, now, thank you. I'm glad you woke up. Okay, had a dude invite me out on a date to a minor league baseball game. He told me he bought the tickets and then said, food on you. Come to find out, the tickets were only $5 per person. He spent $10 and still wanted me to pay for food, which was absolutely more than $10. I bought food for myself and ate it in front of him. These aren't even good. I'm going to scroll down because the good ones are at the bottom. And some people went back and erased because they were so embarrassed. They deleted. Y'all, why y'all deleting them stories? I was going to read them. Some of them were horrible. Okay. I hearted the ones that was super horrible. Okay, let me see. This one might be one. Was married to a man who never once took me out on a date. Said since I was the one who wanted a date so bad, I should pay for it. And I did. I treated us every single date that we went on because we were married. We split groceries 50-50, but only his groceries. If I had to get groceries for myself, they were then 100% on me. Mind you, when we went grocery shopping together and split the bill, he stocked up on meat, and I am a vegetarian, but he wouldn't pay for half of my vegetables from the market. He never once bought me a birthday or Christmas gift and had the audacity to complain about the gifts I bought him because it wasn't something he wanted. But he would pay for the rent for other girls and his ex-girlfriend who still lived in his apartment that he kept in his home country. Claimed he was helping a friend. Found out he was cheating on me the entire time and was in fact spending money on hotel rooms with other girls, but somehow he had no money for his wife. I was so far deep in save the marriage mode, he convinced me to stay with him after I threatened to leave for previous mentioned stuff. by offering to go to therapy to fix his demons. I agreed. Then we signed up for a prepaid therapy program. He then said, "Oh, well, you want me to go to therapy, so you should pay for it." Okay, I used was what? It was 8 grand. I used the savings I had because I was dumb enough to believe him that once he made it big, he was a musician, that he would take care of me. Fast forward, he gets his green card approved through marriage to me, and he stopped pretending to even like me. Was cheating out in the open and just generally emotionally abusive. Spoke with his mistress, who informed me that he was just with me to get the green card and all other support I provided him, that he succeeded in getting his end goal, so didn't need me anymore. I promptly divorced him finally and will likely be single for a decade. The whole thing was over the course of 3 years, and so I'm grateful that it wasn't any longer than that. I am ashamed I allowed myself to be even for a second in that situation. Okay. Narcissistic abuse makes you put up with crazy stuff. Oh, wow. Okay. So you ain't never got no birthday gift. You had a green card marriage. That man was cheating on you left and right. You was paying for stuff. Girl, I'm glad you finally woke up. Tales from the dust, y'all. Tales from the dust. Okay, here's another one. He dumped me because I didn't send him money for his rent that I had promised. Then I begged him to come back to me. He did after sending him the money. Y'all out here sending me money for rent? Oh my goodness. Tales from the dust. This is a horror story. Okay, here's another story. One of my exes moved in with me, brought one of his kids as well, lied about having cancer, and then I was ready to break up with him. I mean, pretended to be on the pills and everything, going to chemo and everything. One of my friends thought he was lying, so we started investigating, and sure enough, that man was lying. Tales from the dust. Okay, I'm reading y'all's comments, y'all's most dustiest experiences that I got from my post on my reel on Instagram. Okay, here's another one. It was Valentine's Day. Booked a suite at a nice hotel. Bought champagne and set up a sexy paint and sip in the hotel room. Left the key at the desk for him. He posted the whole setup on his story with the caption, "Spending Valentine's Day alone. Wish I had the special someone to share it with." I packed up all my stuff and was about to take it home. He snatched the bags from me and ran. Mind you, he didn't have a gift for me, and I bought him a gift and chocolates. Girl, what in the world? Tales from the dust. I'm sorry, man. That one was funny though. That dusty got you. That's super dusty right there, girl. You got super dusty. Dust to the second power on that one. Okay. He forgot our 1-year anniversary, took me to buy a couch to make up for it, and then canceled the couch the next day, saying he needed it. He needed the money for his trucking business. Dusty. Okay, not my story. Okay, this girl saying this ain't her story, but she know a girl. A girl I was friends with wanted to be in a music video, so she agreed to go to the studio with a Dusty who tricked her to come pick up hot dogs on sandwich bread from him the time before. Anyway, they went to a studio. After being there a few hours, he asked if she was hungry. She said, yeah. He pulled out some Tupperware containers with some Alfredo in them. Tales from the dust, y'all. Someone says comments are scary. Let me see. Went to dinner with a guy. He paid for our meal, then have the nerve to ask me if I have the tip. Okay, that's dusty, but not super dusty. Dated an older Dusty in disguise, emotionally immature, 20 years your senior, and he was only financially stable because he married a barber back in the day. He was semi-generous and did not handle conflict like a mature gentleman. Okay, I'm sorry for sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, someone says, I'm set in these comments. He was 30 years old, asked his mom for money between every paycheck, didn't even have enough gas for money to come see me. Then I was about to start a business, so he asked me if he could help me with the business on the weekends and I could give him a percentage of my profits. Absolutely not. Oh my gosh. Tales from the dust, y'all. Okay. I had just gotten back from living in India and I was very thin and yummy, a professional belly dancer. Ooh, okay, girl. My style was exotic, my body delicious. I was just, I had just moved into my new, okay, I had just moved in, and my two new neighbors invited me over. I had my eye on a little bit younger Russian guy. Well, it turns out that the old dusty hippie was smitten for me. We had a good time, and the old Dusty, I think that was his name, invited me over to see an amazing nomadic movie, so I accepted. In his shaggy old beard and snobby clothes, he wore his original 1960s hippie eyeglasses. Anyway, he had a tiny apartment and the little old TV was in his bedroom. We had to sit on the bed sideways with backs up against the wall. Girl, you need to be a writer, girl. That's kind of good. And Dusty. Okay. My ex demanded that we go to the strip club. When he got there, he met his friend in the corner of my eye under him, put his hand out to ask his friend for money to throw, I guess on the stage, then proceeds to walk around the club and not spending it. So y'all went to a strip club. His friend met him there. He asked his friends for money to throw and then pocketed the money and didn't spend no. Okay. That's kind of dusty. That's a little dusty. I went on a date with this guy to a pinball lounge where there he proceeded to force me off of each machine. What? So he could play that exact game. Okay, so you were playing and he said, get off, let me play. All right. At one point, he whined very loudly like a child, begging me to let him play that specific pinball game. I proceeded to go to the dinner, get a free meal, and blocked him on everything after. I know I should have just left when he started whining at me, but okay. That ain't too dusty, but it's ill still. Let me find the real dusty ones. There's some real horror story. Okay. Y'all. Okay, here we go. This sounds interesting. I had a few in my younger years. Okay, a few dusty. Before she bossed up, she says, can someone pass me the mic, please? Okay, which one you want? The guy from out of town and that stole my money, or the guy that took me out on a date with his declined EBT card? Oh my goodness. Okay, so she went on a date with somebody with a declined EBT card after she picked him up for the date, or the dude that stalked me. My coworkers, my pastor, the deacon is his wife, and my friends before me in the church had to get a restraining order. Oh my goodness. Okay. Then she found a tracking device. Us finding the tracking device. Okay, us finding the tracking device from the video and him, oh my gosh. Pew pew and his own mama in the back. The last one tried moving in by asking to wash his clothes. Dang, girl, you got the dusty lineup right there. Ew. Girl, that's terrible. Swore me the world, love bombed me, got me pregnant, broke up with me while pregnant, ghosted me, had a baby, left me at the hospital over him. Okay, taking accountability. Okay, he didn't take accountability. Yet he did want to have a baby to have his last name. So busy with his social life, yet he blames me for not seeing his son. Okay, girl, dusty deadbeat. Once upon a time, I cared for a man. I did everything for him, and a man should have done for me. Okay, you did everything for him that a man should have been doing for you. Okay, provided shelter, food, lots of clothes and shoes, upgraded the man's swag, provided his greenery, smoke, if you catch my drift. I was taught to do anything for those you love and stupidly thought his intentions were good just because he was loyal, but he had my brain completely washed. He convinced me we should have fun with my hard-earned money instead of being responsible and ruined your credit. Okay, oh my gosh. Then just used his, he was just in line to get a huge inheritance. His charade even went so far as me selling my stocks and bonds to support his sister and mom and do extravagant things together. I built him up. He tore me down. He would instill bad habits and encourage me to put on weight, not wear makeup or take care of myself. I'd cry every morning before work because I hated my job and got myself into financial mess and had to take care of everyone. And I was only 19 through 22 years old at the time. He completely ruined me. I had to move across the country to start over to get away from him. There was, okay, blah, 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 blah. They went into depression and literally took her years to rebuild her finances, her career, her esteem. Her relationship with family and close friends really took a long time to figure out self-love and didn't need to be taking care of no man. Okay, good for you, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, okay. Never let a man disrespect her or treat her like that again. Oh my goodness. Dang, that's terrible. Ma'am, you never love a man more than you're supposed to love yourself, ever. And don't listen to no dust, ever. That's why it's important for women to look good so they know they don't have to take that mess. The better you look, the less mess you take. I promise you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. Some of them. Okay. Some of y'all deleted some of y'all stories, and I remember some of them. Okay. This one girl said some guy moved into her apartment, didn't have a job, asked her for $5,000 so he could join some type of cult, and then left her. That was crazy. Okay. Okay, here's one. Me buying him everything and him buying me nothing, all consistently lying and buying me something simple. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, let me go to the other post because there's another one where I asked the same question. He borrowed my car to do Uber Eats. Okay. This man moved me out my parents' house to his house, told me it was his, like he was paying mortgage, and then he got evicted and I had to move right back to my parents' house. Okay, that's terrible. That's super dusty. Guy planned a date in Buckhead, picked the place and time, showed up 30 minutes late in gym clothes, sweating, proceeding to order bison appetizers, high-end drinks. Then 40 minutes into the dinner, he said he forgot his wallet. He went to the bathroom. I paid for my drink and food and left. He called me 50 times, calling me BS and all saying, how are you going to leave? How am I going to pay for this food? Ew, disgusting. Now that just grossed me out. You gonna show up to a date sweaty in gym clothes and order bison, then ask for half the food money, and then call 50 times crying afterward? That's disgusting. That made my stomach hurt. Okay. After I called it quits, he walked out the door. 5 minutes later, I noticed he stole my wallet. Dusty tales from the dust, y'all. I'm reading these comments on y'all's dustiest stories. Okay. Here's another one. Years ago, this man asked me out. We got there. He insisted I order a fountain drink because they were free. He kept hinting items off the kids and $10 menu. Mind you, I picked him up and he kept asking me to go back to his place after. I got a water and I told him I was running to the car real quick. I left and blocked him immediately. I don't know how he got home to this day. These are tales from the dust, y'all. The dustiest comments, the dustiest story comments. Okay, here we go. Blood donation Dusty back in the day. No further comments. I was young. Don't crucify me. I'm good now. Girl, she used to go donate blood to help her Dusty. Or I don't know. That's terrible. All right, here's another one. I grew up in the Bronx, NYC, and there was this guy that used to be the man hustling the block. And I highly benefited from the lifestyle. Fell in love, got pregnant, thinking life will always be this way and that this was my way out. But then he got hooked on his own supply and lost everything. I ended up living as a single mother struggling. I tried to replace him because who wants to be alone? But I didn't know about Shera yet. I was looking for love in the wrong places, and I hope I can help young women not to make the same choices I made by sharing this. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure this will help somebody. Only date legal earning men. Thank you for sharing your tales from the dust. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. He had me drive to his house in the middle of a snowstorm because he didn't have a car so we could Netflix and chill. He made me take him to the store first to buy 2 small bags of 50-cent chips that I didn't even get an input to even choose. When we got back to his house, he wanted to offer me the bag of chips I didn't want and cursed me out and told me I was ungrateful. Never again. Chips? Girl. What kind of men are out here? I am so sorry for y'all. Oh, Dusty commented. This Dusty said, me, I'm the Dusty for not using God's gift to make my life easier and better. Dusty told on himself. Okay. Girl, he's in here confessing in the Dusty comments, I guess. Okay, here we go. I moved into an apartment with my ex-boyfriend and his friend. I got an excellent job while my boyfriend struggled every month. He made me feel guilty for my financial success and encouraged me not to wear makeup or get my nails done because it was too expensive. Ew, nasty dust. Okay, here's another one. Y'all scared? Y'all shivering? On my 21st birthday, he told me that we were going to eat at the restaurant. Then when the bill came, I waited to see what would happen. I also saw that he was waiting. So I figured out that he didn't have money. Then the waitress gave me the look, but I understand her silent message. I felt so embarrassed. Sorry. And that's when I started to think about my life. Mind you, I had 3 children, and that male and was in an abusive relationship. I finally left for good, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, but it took so long. I wasted my youth to a Dusty, around 12 years. Oh my gosh. Yes. So thank you for sharing your story. One thing that these stories have in common is that the woman never receives gifts. Okay, I'm going to take a little break from telling the Dusty stories. But one thing I see in common and throughout all these stories is that the lady never gets a gift. Okay, because the men don't actually like them. They're the ones putting in all the work. The men are never doing anything for them. They're always doing things for the men. So when I tell y'all ladies, make sure a man invests in you and gives you gifts and all that kind of stuff, that's an indication that he actually likes you. So let me see. He asked you for $20 to tip the server. Okay, that's kind of Dusty. Here's another one. My Dusty lost me $400,000 and left you in debt. Oh my gosh. You married a poor Italian musician at the age of 20. He was a decade older. We made a band and my mom paid our rent while he stole money from me. Oh my gosh. And he pretended that we weren't making enough, even though we were being paid thousands per month. Somehow he just always needed her money. In an attempt to fix our finances, I bought something. I don't know. I think it's some type of stock. She bought some stock and then he stole my computer and had the crypto wallet and destroyed the seed phrases to teach me a lesson. Girl, I don't even know. Okay, so he stole her crypto. And then now it's worth $400,000. We're divorced. I have a restraining order and now he's balding. Dang, girl, he got you for your money and your crypto. That's that's digital dusty. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Here's another Tales from the Dust. I once tried to take a Dusty to a job interview for a really great opportunity and he never showed up. I'm sorry, man. Can't help everybody. Okay. The first day he wanted to buy coffee and pastries at the supermarket and sit at his hotel room with me. Guys, the cringe I had in my whole body. Oh my gosh. He ain't even taking you to the coffee shop. He trying to take you to the hotel to roll around for some bean juice. Oh my goodness. That's not right. Okay, here's another Tales from the Dust. She says, currently I have someone who lives with me who recently lost his job, living in my home, doesn't help clean, just lays in bed watching shows. When I get home working 5 days, 12-hour shifts, in school, paying the bills, I told him he has to leave, but he won't leave because he paid $157 light bill. I don't like to even be at the house no more. He done took over. We are not involved romantically. It is time to be a little more mean and aggressive to get him to leave. Any advice? Oh, how to get that man to leave? Put a fake eviction notice on the door. Call his mama. The light bill ain't his name. If you live in an apartment, you live in an apartment? I don't know if you live in an apartment or a house. He ain't on the lease, kick him out. Call the police. All you got to do is dial that number. Doot, 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 doot. Excuse me. Yes, this man will not leave my house. When the police come, his name ain't on nobody bill. His name ain't on nobody lease. His address is not on his driver's license, or that your address ain't on his. They're gonna ask him to leave. Pack your little bags and go, sir. Call the popo. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how you do it. Ask him to leave 2 times. Don't tell him you're going to call the police, but ask him nicely to leave. Say, if you don't leave, I'm going to have to, I have to figure this out. Tomorrow, you're going to be leaving. You're leaving tomorrow. So if you don't want to leave tomorrow, you better leave today. If you're not out of here by this time, I'm going to figure out how to get you to go. If you don't leave, call the popo. Just have him sitting over there waiting. Make sure you get his key or change the locks or do whatever. Or get a fake eviction notice. Print one online, stick it on the door. Find one online, copy it. Whatever. Make him a special. Y'all are silly. All right, let's read some more of these horror dusty stories. Okay. He told me to prove my love to him by spending him some money. Introduce him to my parents after I lost my virginity to him. Okay, girl, what? This one says she's too embarrassed to write her experience. Okay. Okay. It was only one Dusty who lied about his age. Turned out he's 2 years younger. Please, girlies, check the email and the photo gallery to confirm that he is straight. A straight man too. Okay. He showed you 10K and then got a burger and went half with me. Somebody said they call asthma reading these comments. Oh my goodness. Okay, here's one. My ex-boyfriend was sincere that he had no money, and he once told me that he can't afford to buy even his data services. And the funny part is that he has never even bought me anything, not even chocolate. Okay, so here's another one. Never bought her no gifts. Plus, after I broke up with him, he was available online and he was starting to give offers to people in his comment section. They comment, well, they get a prize, and he lists the amount of money. He once said he can't even afford. Okay. Maybe he's scamming, girl. Trying to get his numbers up and get himself in the algorithm. Okay, my blinders were on tight. Got with this Dusty. He had 2 kids with the Dusty, married to Dusty. He even told me he was Dusty for some reason. I couldn't see it, even though it was hiding in plain sight. Girl, he told you he was Dusty, and you still married him anyway. Mm-mm. Okay, here's another one. My ex left and left his clothes at my house. Called back months later asking where is the stuff at. I'm like, excuse me, this ain't no storage. The designer stuff was sold, the good stuff given away to different charities, and my brother in Kenya. All right, Pam. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, here we go. Here's another one. I stayed with my man. He was a broke carpenter and doesn't have any money. And even though I decided to support him to work, he still cheated on me. Okay, they always do. So you can't help no man. Okay, tales from the dust. Okay, you gave a man court money so he won't go to jail for back child support. Okay, he was very dusty. She gave him that money. Okay. Tales from the dust. Isn't it scary, y'all? So y'all don't ever need to fix y'all's mouths to say y'all feel guilty for getting money from a man. Okay, because y'all hear this? Y'all hear this? Okay, my ex-boyfriend, who was 11 years older than me, did not want me to buy a bus ticket that cost, okay, hold on, let me read this because I think I read it wrong. My ex-boyfriend, who was 11 years older than me, did not want to buy me a bus ticket that cost less than 10 euros. He had his own company and his own car, but still he didn't want to do that. Most often, we saw each other in cafes in the city where he lives, and I came many times, unlike him, who came only once in the city where I live. Even though we were together for 6 months in a relationship, by the way, he lives an hour away from me. We broke up a few months later, mostly because he didn't want to spend money on me and wouldn't sleep with me. Ever since I broke up with him, I decided that I no longer want to date people who don't want to spend money on me. Okay, bam, that man didn't want you at all. You were literally a botheration to him. I'm sorry that happened to you. I'm glad you woke up and left that dusty dude alone. Okay, so the thing that we're seeing in common is that these dudes do not buy gifts or spend money. Okay? Red flag. That's why when I get on this screen every day and tell y'all to make him spend money, make him invest, make him buy you gifts, it's for a reason. So y'all don't end up like this with the Tales from the Dust catalog, okay? All right. Oh, here we go. We got an interesting one here. Y'all ready? Y'all can come add to it if you want to. The reel is still up on Instagram. Y'all want to add to y'all dusty stories? Y'all go to my Instagram. I think it's the fifth story from the top. I have on a blue sweater and a white collar shirt with my little curtain bangs. Okay. And you just click on it. It'll tell you. Okay, here's one. My Dusty and I were hanging out with his friend who was, unbeknownst to us, took us to a gay bar. I told him I was so uncomfortable, and he was insistent that we stayed in there to hang out with his friend, and I just wanted to leave. So we fought outside of the gay bar on the street, and I had to beg him to get us an Uber. He literally didn't want to pay for it and insisted that because I wanted to leave that I should pay for it. So I had to order the Uber. Then on the Uber ride, he asked me, "What do you bring to the table?" And Shira's voice came into my head, and I said, "Nothing. I ain't no waitress." And the purge and the pure anger on this man's face. Let's just say I am so glad he has gone out of my life. Let's have a happy ending to the horror. I now have a man who pays for everything for me, goes to church with me, and respects and loves me, and pays for literally anything and everything I ever wanted and need. And he adores me. Total win. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Girl, your man was on the down low anyway. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Glad you dodged that bullet. Hold on, my screen looks a little. Hold on, let me clean it off. Hold on. My screen looking a little dusty itself. Hold on. Okay, that's better. Girl, my screen getting dusty over here from telling these stories. Wow. Moment of silence for all them dusty horror stories and the victims involved. Sorry. Let me read some more. The Conjuring of Dust. Oh, here's one. I was going to read this one. Took me to Arby's on the first date and started talking about our future kids and us starting a family in a few years. Sir, you will fade from my existence. And as soon as we leave the parking lot, okay, sir, you will fade from my existence as soon as we leave the parking lot. Girl, she got took on a date to Arby's. Okay, here's another one. Went to prom, dated, he broke up, came back 6 years later, impregnated me, left again. I convinced him to come back, married him, and then proceeded to rage and abuse for 25 years, struggling financially the whole time too. Stuck it out with the kids, entire life with all 4 categories of abuse. Broke my silence this year. Done. Girl. It took you an entire lifetime. But I'm glad you finally got out, girl. I'm glad. See, some people live an entire dusty life with a dusty. Free yourselves, ladies. Learn from these women's stories. If you see the red flags in your relationships with your dust, get out. Okay? Here goes another one. My ex picked me up from Las Vegas Strip, and he begged me to get back with him. When I walked into his apartment, there was a girl in his bed. He told the girl, "Hey, get out my bed. My girlfriend's back." I walked right out of the apartment. Okay, ma'am. That's pretty sad. Okay, here's one. Definitely a horror movie. Got pregnant to a Dusty. He said he would give me money, never did. He spent it on a car. He crashed and trying to become a rapper. Moved into my house, borrowed money, and talks about his feelings. Trying to get him out of my house at the moment. Girl, why you even let him in? I don't know. Never let the dust in, okay? It's like that movie, Sinners. When the dust come knocking, you don't let them in. You don't invite them dusties in, okay? If you're knocking on that door, just like on Sinners, don't let them in. Okay. This is scary, y'all. You know, it's close to spooky season. I should have my candles lit, some scary music going in the background, but I think this is scary enough. Okay. That's why I got all the lights on, the windows open. Okay. Ain't no dust even finna get me. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Let me spray my dusty repellent stuff. Okay. Hold on. I got to cleanse this dust real quick. These stories is getting to me. Whew. Get my Palo Santo out. I'm not gonna light it up because I don't want the smoke alarm to go off. Okay, so Maybe if I just sniff it, it's good enough. Okay. We need to do the little dust repellent. Hold on, real quick, 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna say Mama Sa Mama Kusa. All right, dust be gone. Okay. Can't be talking about dust and conjuring dust. But you got to cleanse real quick. Now we're gonna continue this dust Tales from the Dust horror story marathon. Okay. This one girl said, I'm just going to save my embarrassment for the grave, y'all. I can't get it out. She said she's taking her dust story to the grave. Okay, man. Pure nightmare fuel in the comment section. Okay. Birth control. This is birth control alone. I know that's right. This one is pretty good. It's very short. We lived together and he wrote his name on half of the eggs. No lie. We got divorced. This fool took a marker and wrote his name on half of the eggs in the refrigerator. I rebuked that dust too, girl. All right, hold on. Here's one. I have a friend who has 2 baby mamas that are cousins. Okay, wonderful. Very dusty. All right. He wanted us to get married, but he wanted me to be the provider. I canceled him real quick. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. The heck? Oh, this one is a sad story. It's about her mother. Okay. So, my parents had 3 kids. When my mom was pregnant with my brother, she was working, cooking, cleaning. Due to so much movement, the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck twice and in between his legs, depriving him of oxygen. He was born with cerebral paralysis, mentally and physically disabled. Mom still defends 50-50 and says that even drugstore skincare, makeup, and the cheapest clothes are for the rich and aren't necessities. I can't. Okay, so her mom was with a dusty girl. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save these questions till the end, baby. Okay, I'm reading Tales from the Dust in here. I'm gonna answer these questions later. I'm reading Tales from the Dust here. Y'all got to wait. Okay. Thank you, though. I appreciate your generous questions. I'm not. I'll answer. I'll take a little break and answer them in about 5 minutes. Okay. This movie will be on Halloween as a premiere. Okay. Okay, went on a second date to Target and he set the budget for $30 for the both of us. I brought my own money, and the entire time I was getting myself things, he kept saying I should go for the cheaper, smaller option. I didn't speak to him after that. Who takes you on a date to Target, man? I don't know. Before I discovered Shera, I went to lunch with a Dusty and his card was declined. When it was time to pay, I had to be Pick Misha, if only for a moment. Sorry, man. The Dust Chronicles, yes. I met a guy, talked to him for 2 weeks. We literally talked every day on the phone and texted through the day while I was at work. So suddenly for 2 days, I didn't hear from him. I tried calling his number, but I got the busy signal and text message sent was not being replied to. So I got a random number call me. I picked up because I had a feeling it was him. It was him. He was calling from his friend's phone. He told me his cell phone was cut off. Mind you, it was a $50 a month phone from Boost Mobile. And he asked me to pay the bill. Instant block. Girl, that's a horror story. My gosh, I'm shivering. Whew. Here's another one, y'all. My ex-husband broke up with me when I was 8 months pregnant because he was not ready to be a father, and I flew my newborn and I back to California, to my hometown, so he could continue to do drugs and party. Keep in mind, I was 26 years old and he was 24 years old. Wonderful. I'm so sorry for you. I tell y'all, stop dating them dudes in their 20s. Sorry for you. This one says, Instagram says I couldn't post my comment. I tagged him in it, though. I'll put it in the DM. Girl, you must have been using some words up in that comment. If Instagram won't even let you post it, it must have been super dusty. Okay. Okay, here's another one. My ex-boyfriend broke up with me by saying he didn't want to marry me, and he had thought about it for a week without my knowledge. He said he wanted to be with me, but not to commit to me. That's sad, but it ain't super dusty. Somebody said, get Jordan Peele in the chat. So he can make a movie out of these horror stories? Okay. Here's another one. I dumped the Dusty and he tried to threaten to sue me for emotional distress because he claims I made a meme about him. He threatened me multiple times and then emailed my friends. Dust. And he did this for months. I'm sorry. Okay. Second ex-partner years ago when I was dumb left me at the altar, dress and all, because he decided his pension is only for him. Girl, this girl got left at the altar because the Dusty wanted his pension just for himself. Wow. Oh, y'all need a break from the dust? Let me answer these questions. We're going to take a little break. I'm going to answer these questions. Don't send any more because I'm going to continue. Hi, Shea. Just want to say thanks for being such an inspiration to so many of us. I hope you run for president someday. Thank you, Jaylene. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay, Christina says, best way to start the season, Shira. Thank you for the stories. Happy spooky season, y'all. Here's another one. Persephone says, I already been collecting, stacking others. Providers gave me 6 figures. Lost wife house because of me. Still financing me, now wants to marry me, but in his will move me in how to weaponize his guilt and shame into money without him. Trap me. Tell him you want your own house in your own name to rent out and then move in there. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So if I'm going to marry you, I want my own business, which is going to be in real estate. I want like my own house so I can rent it out. I plan on renting it out, turn it into an Airbnb, then get the house and move in and be like, thanks. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right. You won't be trapped. Okay. Back to the stories. Tales from the dust, y'all. Y'all get y'all's drinks, get y'all's tea, get y'all coffee, light a candle, burn some sage, because, you know, these dust demons, we might be conjuring up reading these stories. All right. Here we go. He invited me over to make dinner. I thought he was progressing our ship pretty well. When eating, a woman knocked on the door. He ushered me into the bathroom where I had to stay for the next 3 hours while she went off. Uh-oh, not good. Girl, she had to hide in the bathroom for 3 hours while this lady cussed him out while she was cooking for him. That is super pygmisha, man. Happy Teacher's Day. Thank you, girl. Bahab. Girl, this lady was cooking for him, then had to go hide in the bathroom. Tales from the dust. One said a woman should pay her own stuff and stole my heels. He stole your heels, ma'am. Okay. Here's another one, y'all. Y'all ready for the next dusty horror story? Met a guy on a dating website. He kept telling me how he's renovating the house and he's stressed and he has to meet with the realtor to rent his house out. something wasn't adding up. So I offered to hang out at his house. And when I checked it before coming, it said that his house foreclosed 7 months ago. And he was pretty much lying and was homeless, straight up dusty. I told him that I knew and sent him my Cash App for wasting my time and then blocked him. Girl, thank you for using Google and search engines for what they're for. She looked up his address, looked up his name, got all the tea before she went over there. Good for you, man. Spring. You didn't have nowhere to go, actually. You was trying to figure out why he wouldn't invite you over. All right. That's some dust right there for real. Okay, here we go. Here's another story time from the comment section on the Instagram reel where I asked y'all to share y'all's dustiest stories. Okay, so these are some dusty horror stories. Okay, this lady says she was a child of a Dusty. Okay. Your most recent ex, Dusty, would say sweet nothings while I was going through a traumatic family event. He then asked me to live with him. As someone who thought he was genuine, I helped pay for rent, groceries, etc. During that time, I was a full-time cam girl, making money to pay all of this and eventually get a boob job. Okay. I was also paid in full. During my recovery, I was not allowed to take birth control. He came home wasted one night and rolled around on a mattress with her without protection. Mind you, I was barely a week into my post-surgery, all drugged up after the incident. I saw his phone and he had pictures and videos, calls from other women talking dirty and previous hookups and acquaintances. I tried confronting one of his consistent affairs from Texas, thinking she'd be upset, understanding, but instead bullied and blocked me personally. I later found out I was 3 months pregnant and got that taken care of, that I was paid in full. I was absolutely devastated. 2 weeks after I caught him making hookup plans with another girl from another fest. I took what was left on my belongings and left him. There's so much more to this, but pretty much pick me are just as bad as the dust. Girl, that was terrible. Moment of silence for that one, sprinkle. Okay. Say no to the dust, ladies. Here's a comment. It says, funny but sad, men these days are the worst than any other ages. Wonder why the society is collapsing. Okay. Here's one. Okay, one time I met this Dusty at the gym, invited him to a party, okay, they took a little something. They popped a little pill, okay. When I asked him not, okay, he took drugs when she asked him not to. And then she wasn't aware of this until they got to the party and he started touching on other girls at the party. Asked him to pay for his phone bill. Found out he had 2 kids and that he wasn't taking care of them. Kept freestyling when I was trying to sleep after the party. Morning after, he got into a fight with a guy whose girl he was touching on. Both wrecked each other's cars and stole the other dude's phone. Needless to say, stay away from Dusty's. Girl, that sounds like a terrible evening. Car wrecks, drugs, touching on other men's women. Disgusting. Okay. He said, I thought this girl says, I thought about writing a book of all my bad first dates. That's a good idea. You should. All right, y'all. These dusty tales are terrible. I think that was it, y'all. I have some from TikTok too. Let me see if I can find them. I'm gonna go to the TikTok and see if they have some dusty stories and over there. All right, here we go. Someone says too shy because y'all gonna judge me. Okay, he pretended to be a nice guy and then he carried my handbag only to steal my money. Tales from the dust. This girl says she was charged for a crime that he committed. Stay away from dust, y'all. Here's another one. He stole my credit card to go shopping while I was sleeping, and his mother said, well, what was he supposed to do? He had no money. Girl, the mama enabling the dust now. Okay. Ooh. All right, here we go. Dragged me to a Louis Vuitton store, let me try on purses, did not buy anything, and a week later brings me a fake Louis Vuitton from his vacation in Turkey, which he bought at the Turkish bazaar. Girl, at least he bought you something. It's a little dusty, sure is, but you know, compared to these other stories. All right. Okay, here's something that Dusty told this one girl. Why would I buy you flowers if you hadn't bought me flowers first? Tales from the dust. Okay, here's another one. He didn't pay for dinner. I paid. When we left, he admitted he stole the tip. The tip I left for the waiter. Okay, I'm sorry. That was funny. Shira, I know you laughing. Yes, see. Okay. They already know me so well. That was the comment under the comment. I helped him pay for his mother's debt in his name. When we broke up, he called my family saying I owed him money, and they believed him. Y'all too nice out here. I don't even know what y'all doing with these dusties out here. Y'all understand why I tell y'all not to date no dust? This is why. Okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm finna read it. So maybe some of y'all know what they talking about. We had to share one shawarma in public. What's a shawarma? What's that? Shawarma. Is that something in India or something? What is it? A sandwich or something? Shawarma. SHARWAMA. It's a Mediterranean sandwich. It's like a burrito. Okay. They had to share one in public. Okay. Split it. It's like a kebab. It's like a gyro. Okay. It's food. Okay, here's another one. We went to Denny's after our wedding. Shaking my head. I'm doing better now. My second marriage. He took me to Italy and France. I know that's right, ma'am. Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm not pronouncing it right. Okay. Sharam. I never had one before, girl. Sorry. Okay. Here's another one. He asked to meet me in a park. Red flags. Here's another one. He came into my apartment to judge me, the way I cleaned my furniture, etc., only to find out he didn't even have a home and he was staying at motels. The audacity of the dust, okay? You know what's funny? That people are tagging other women in these comments. Like, this is your story too, girl. Someone says, I am too ashamed to read what y'all are even saying. Okay, here's another one. He got furious when I split it. What? He got furious when I split the bill to him on bubble tea for his drink. Mind you, I paid for my own. Proceeded to break up with me because his ideal woman is his mom and I am not. Dusty. Okay, oh yeah, I need another cleanse from the dust. Hold on. Say my kusa. Dust be gone. Okay. We got to get rid of some of that dust before we continue. It's just like it's not healthy to keep conjuring up dusty stories because you don't know what it's bringing in. So we got to cleanse every once in a while. Okay. Them dust demons. We talking about dust so much they think we call it up on them. No. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, here we go. He stole my gold earrings while he was kissing me. Girl, he was feeling on your neck and got them. Took him to the pawn shop, didn't he? So this man was kissing you and stole your gold earrings. Did he wear them or did he pawn them? Tales from the dust. Okay. After seeing y'all comments, I realized I have never been with a dusty. Some people are so lucky. Here you go. We went out with my sister and he made advances towards my sister in my presence. The audacity. I don't know if that's dusty. That's just terrible. Here we go. Here's another one. I was the provider for 9 years and planned my own proposal and bought my own ring. Oh my gosh, ma'am. That's a red flag right there. You shouldn't even be getting married. You married yourself, basically, and took on a dependent. You literally married yourself and took on and adopted a child. That's what you did. Okay. Sorry. That's terrible. Here's another one. Tales from the dust, y'all. We're reading stories of ladies' most dustiest experiences. The most recent one this morning. My dusty boyfriend wants me to pay half of his Uber to visit my family for the first time. I just laughed at him. Whose face do you think you playing in? Girl, this morning? Girl, I wouldn't even be claiming him. He is dismissed forever. He ain't got no car? Okay, here's another one. I'm just broken by the experiences women are going through. I'm so sorry. Okay, somebody's in here. I think this is a guy. There's a guy in the comments talking about he's sorry for these men treat y'all like this. Oh, that's so nice. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You trying to get some DM messages. But at least he was nice enough to come in there and say he's sorry for what y'all going through. Okay, that was nice. He asked me to buy my own Christmas present and pretended it was from him in front of our family. Go buy your own Christmas present. When you open it up, I'm going to say it's from me, okay? No. Super dusty. Ooh, I'm getting scared. Like, I can watch scary movies all day. I can watch horrible things on television that are meant to scare people all day. But when I read this type of stuff, that's terrible. Like, that's even worse. I'm hearing like horror music playing in my mind while I'm reading these stories. This is terrible. He drove, so I had to pay for parking. Terrible. Where y'all went, girl? When I broke up with him, he took back all the gifts he had given me. Jimmy Choo heels, a Louis Vuitton bag, etc. because he said he was buying those gifts for his wife. 2 weeks later, he wanted to get back together, and I told him if I did, he would give me all the gifts back. Ha ha ha. Oh Lord. Girl, you shouldn't. Why you give them back? I would have never gave that stuff back. I'm like, you can't give me my time back. So I guess I was going to give my time to my husband too. You ain't him. You ain't getting the time back. You can't give me my time back. I can't give you your gifts back. Sorry. Anyway, here's another one. Tales from the dust, y'all. Y'all's dusty experiences. Lied to me he was opening a business for me to do something for myself. Then after I set up my business and had it moving, it now became his and I became an employee. Men. Girl, that's why you don't let them know what you're doing. You just get the money and do it by yourself. Okay? I told y'all talking too much. Get the money, do it by yourself. Don't tell them what it's for. Okay? He told me not to flush the toilet after I used it because he needed to use it after me and only wanted to flush once so he could save the cost. Ew. So he want to save on his water bill, so he only flushing the toilet twice. That's super nasty and dusty. I can understand if you live alone, but when you have company, make an exception. That's just nasty. You need to be on Cheapskates. Y'all know that show, Cheapskates? Tales from the Dust. Did he want you to save your bath water too so he can bathe? Did he let you even take a shower and wash your hands, ma'am? I don't know. That's just nasty. You said, wow, no shame. Okay. He asked me for my okay, so here's another tale. He asked me for my Netflix password. He is a senior manager at a big company, making no less than $50K per month. And he still wants your net. Okay. He's just cheap, girl. Okay, there's so many. Hold on. We're gonna take a. He gave me money in front of my friends and collected it back after they left. What? Split a Subway sandwich. Okay. Asked me for half the money to buy him a new car. I laughed and walked away. Boy, bye. I worked 2 jobs to support us because I thought that was love. Was while the guy was messaging other men on dating apps. I've transformed since this. That was 10 years ago. Please forgive me, mother. You need to forgive yourself for that because that's just terrible. First date was a coffee. I paid for it. Okay, first date was coffee. I paid for it. Although he was a wealthy businessman and I was unemployed. In my defense, it was more than 10 years ago. Please don't block me. Girl, how you going to go on a coffee date, first of all, with a man that has money and then offer to pay for it? Tales from the dust, y'all. Wanted to get engaged and asked me to get the ring on credit and that he would pay for it. Decline. So he asked you to buy your own ring on credit and then he gonna pay it. Dusty. I'm glad you didn't marry him. Sure, when I drive, I listen to your videos. I change so much. Thank you, ma'am. All right, we gonna. Do y'all want to? If y'all want to share y'all's dusty stories in the comments, go ahead. Maybe I'll read some of them. I think I've read enough off the phone. But remember, y'all, all the stories from these dusty, horror stories, the men never buy them anything. And if they do, they take it right back. So get money, get gifts. Is 47-year-old and wealthy too young to expect marriage from him? No, he's about to hit his midlife crisis. He might be open to marriage. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Yeah. Start talking about the future. Start talking about, well, you're almost 50 now. You're half a century old. What do you want to do for your 50th? Let's start talking like that. Start reminding him that he's almost 50. Then he'll be like trying to settle down. Anyway, the tales from the dust, them chills got me shook. I can't believe there are women out here that are doing these things. I can't believe that there are actually women out here doing these things for men. This is why I say don't go for looks, because I know none of them men were probably looking like who did it and why, and that's why y'all were stupid, okay? Because y'all were blinded by their looks. If y'all had dated ugly men, you would not have done none of those things, okay? You would not have done any of those things if that man looking like who did it and why, okay? He would have been doing stuff for you. Unless you're just so needy that you'll even take an ugly man treating you like trash. No. Mm-hmm. So okay. Pick Misha smelling the coffee and then woke up. Yes, wake up, y'all. A guy told me to sell your $250 laundry machine when I moved to his home. Okay, that's not too dusty, but you know. What? Hopefully you kept the money. Okay. There were some worse ones in there. I think they got deleted though, y'all, because they were really bad. The one about the cult member was really bad. They went back and deleted that mess. Girl, there was a story so dusty it involved a cult, like joining of a cult. Wish they would have left that one up because that one was terrible. Okay, I'll continue to read more. As a birthday present, he gave me a photo of himself as a present, not even in a frame, just a printed photo. He wanted me to take him out on dates. Okay, that's dusty. He would argue with me a week before my birthday and then go quiet so he could avoid buying me presents. Okay, sad but dusty. He wanted me to pay for his fuel to come and see me, and I told him to get lost. These men don't even like y'all. Can't y'all see? Now looking back, can't y'all see that these men never liked you in the first place? Y'all can't see why y'all are in it. That's why it's very important to listen to someone who's looking at things from the outside because they can see more than you can. Gave him my card under the table so he could pay for our dinner. Ooh, terrible. Made me cancel birthday plans with my friends, then bought me fries worth less than $1 in the name of my birthday lunch. Girl. So he made you cancel your entire birthday plans with your friends to buy you some dollar French fries? No. He spent $50 on our meal and complained it was $50. I told him I can e-transfer him back if he was too poor to afford it, and he gave me the silent treatment. This dude who allegedly made $10K a month forgot his wallet on dinner that he wanted to go out to and then made me, the unemployed student, pay for the whole thing. Girl. Tales from the dust. He was telling me about his bill and he thought I could help him pay for it. Girl, he must be watching this channel. He asked the waiter what the cheapest option was. He let me carry my own bag all day because he was also wearing a bag. When we needed to pay, he said, oh, shoot, I think I deleted it. Girl, I could, okay. He said, so you are going to pay today? No. Girl, he had a purse, so he couldn't help you carry your bags. What's the cheapest thing on the menu? I can't carry your stuff. I got my own bag, my own purse. You paying? Girl, where y'all finding these women at? That was a man, sadly. Okay, this one girl flew all the way to London to see him and he never showed up. Girl, that's a Pick Misha story. Ain't no Dusty story. Okay. You made an Excel sheet to calculate everything. Yes, everything. We bought when we lived together, even eggs, 50-50 on eggs. Girl. That man made a spreadsheet to go. Oh, you made a spreadsheet to go 50-50 with your Dusty? That's a roommate. That ain't no, that's not your man. That's a roommate. He sold your car and pretended it was stolen. Tales from the dust, y'all. So you got with a man. He sold your car and told you it was stolen. Y'all see what y'all out here dealing with? Gasp. I sent him to the bar to get me a beer. I gave him my phone to pay for it. He came back mad as F because it was locked and he couldn't use it. So he had to pay with his own money. Mind you, it was $3 and he was a millionaire. Wow. Somebody said, I'm just here for the comments. He bought the brown one-ply toilet paper for his house. They got brown toilet paper? Thank you, Caroline. Sprinkle. Thank you, girl. He got brown. They have brown toilet paper? I never knew that, girl. Where you live? Is it like the recycled kind or something? Okay. I was hanging out with a guy here in France, and his card declined 7 times in a row at McDonald's. The lady in the window was laughing with me, and it was hilarious. And no, I didn't pay. His card ended up working elsewhere. Girl, what kind of card was that? He woke up on a Saturday morning, took me to this random mall, literally 2 hours away at the time. Then once we got there, he told me we were there for window shopping. Okay, so he got you up on a Saturday morning, told you to get dressed. I'm taking you to the mall. Proceeds to drive you 2 hours away. When you get there, he told you it's only window shopping. Dusty, Tales from the Dust. Okay, here we go. Here, Kiana says, I was love bombed for weeks, and then 2 weeks before the date, he lives hours away. He barely texted me for days, and I ended up canceling. Was this emotional? No, because you didn't get no money, ma'am. He didn't money bomb you, so you shouldn't have been going out with him anyway. Sprinkle. Wonderful. Don't waste your time. Probably would have been one of these adding to this Dusty stories anyway. Okay. We had a dinner date at his place. He cooked for me. I didn't sleep with him, and he was not interested in dating, or you were not interested in dating him. A couple of years later, he messaged me out of the blue saying I should send him money because I came to his home empty-handed and he spent money on ingredients. Years later, girl, he must have been in a real desperate situation. So you went on a date one time years ago with this man that he cooked for you, and then he's gonna call you back years later and ask for some money that he spent on his own groceries that he actually ate? That is crazy. Something wrong with him, man. Okay, I dated a guy for 5 years without a penny from him, and he was so toxic. How you gonna date a man for 5 years and he ain't give you no money? That's crazy. That's super dusty. I'm sorry for you. He asked me to pay him back $6 for a Subway sandwich. That is terrible. Took me to McDonald's, made me pay for it, and told me he's going to give me the money back, and he never did. Okay, dust. I said the dinner was nice. It was terrible. But if there was a bouquet of flowers, it would have been better. He told me, you want everything at the first meeting. He complained about airtime of 50 Rand. I don't even know what that is, but it's probably not a lot of money. He moved to a home. He moved to a new home, and he got upset that my vanity table was bigger than his. A man got a vanity table, girl. First date, we got a drink each, and he pays. Second date, we get some plates to share and a bottle. Bill arrives. He asks me if I am paying since he paid the previous time. I paid and blocked him straight after. Oh my gosh, girl, I wouldn't have paid at all. I wouldn't even went out with him. Tales from the Dust, y'all. When a dusty or a man is mad that your vanity table is bigger than his, okay? Only in the Tales from the Dust. Why is your vanity table bigger than mine? What did he even have on there, girl? What was on his vanity table? Did he wear makeup too? Okay. My mate had the man she was seeing stop over, and her dog ate his leftover kebab while they were asleep. When he got home, he demanded she send him money for the eaten leftovers. Tales from the dust. All right. He cried so hard when he found out he got a job. I congratulated him and he cried even harder. Okay. At least he got a job though. Okay. He asked for transport money for work. I gave him and some extra, only for him to take it and share it with another woman for her maintenance. Oh, no, never give no man money. Tales from the dust. He bought me flowers and chocolates and then asked for the money back because he borrowed it from someone else. He broke up with me one day before my birthday because he didn't want to buy me a gift. Oh, I'm sorry. He went for a date, and when we reached at the restaurant, he ordered only his food and ate in front of me the whole time, then told me to pay for it. Girl, where are y'all finding these dudes and what are y'all out here looking like? Okay, here's another one. Got pregnant from him after 1 year dating. He said, if it's a boy, I will raise him. No, he said, if it's a boy, you will raise him yourself. Unfortunately, had to get an A, as wasn't sure if the baby would get residency from his dad by choice. What? Okay, basically, that Dusty was crazy. Y'all shouldn't have been rolling around on the bed with no dust. He proposed to me, and a week later, I saw on social media that he got married to someone else. Woo. He decided to go on our dream trip to Japan with his friend for 2 months. Then I told him that I wouldn't even tell my family because it was embarrassing that he went on what he called an adventure while supposedly being in a serious relationship. He instantly made it about money and asked me if it's somehow shameful that he doesn't intend to spend that much money on his girlfriend. Girl, why are y'all dating these dudes? You see all this trauma, all this pain, these issues. If y'all were dating an older man that had money or ugly man that had money that like you 10 times more, y'all be telling good stories. Y'all be bragging on these dudes. So, ladies, go for lifestyle, not anything else, because y'all see what happens. Tales from the dust. These women are leaving comments of their dusty experiences on my Instagram reel that I asked them to so I could read them. Just so y'all can hear some real story. I paid for his hospital bills only to find out that he had never had the so-called ulcer. Girl, he got you for the fake hospital bills. Okay. First he paid, then when I moved in, he paid for almost nothing anymore. Shouldn't have moved in until you got a lump sum to move right back out if you start acting stupid. Mm-hmm. He was at the restaurant before the date to eat ahead and don't have to pay for my order. Oh my God. So he invited you to a restaurant for a date. He got there early and ate his food up real quick. So he didn't have to pay for yours. Girl, why are y'all meeting these men online? That's what I'm telling. He came for a night over in my house, then took me shopping the following day. My fridge was completely empty. Asked him, and he said, I have money, I can buy some more. I blocked him the same day and moved out to a new place. Okay. You made you buy your own food. Promised me the world, got married and had a son, and then he took me to his country to start a new life. He flips and I end up the one working and providing financially for our family, and he just stayed home because he can't find a nice job that he likes. So I filed for divorce and left him nothing, and now living my best life with my son back home. Girl, you had to move to a whole nother country for your dusty story? That is terrible. Okay. Didn't give me a thing on my birthday. He said he ordered me something, but it never came. Okay. Y'all seeing the pattern here? So, ladies, let me take a little pause. If y'all are dating a man that never buys you a gift for your birthday, for Valentine's Day, for Christmas, he don't like you, he hates you, and he's a dusty. Leave. Okay? Because y'all are putting up with, y'all see the signs. The one thing that all these things have in common is the men ain't buying them. Okay? They don't like you. He was 27, balding, broke, lived with parents, cheated with men, rejected by women, gave cheap gifts, and asked for pricey gifts. His dad paid for his gas, abusive. He said he'd be a billionaire by 40. Why do y'all listen to men? Just get their money. If he ain't have no money, why are you even with him? Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry that happened to you, but let me tell you something. If you ever repeat that again, it was your fault in the first place, but don't repeat it again, because that's even worse. I'm glad you got out of that nightmare. Hopefully you're out of it. That is terrible. Thanks for adding to the Tales from the Dust. All right. You said you only feel sorry for myself. You said that was a dust demon right there. That's right. Y'all see, I'm telling y'all, dust demons are real. Y'all can see it in the comments. Dust demons are real. Rebuke them. Don't let them in, like on Sinners. Don't let them dust demons in, baby. All right. No more dust demons. Okay. No dust demons. Okay, this girl says she was paying bills and everything. He didn't have a job. He ended up stealing over 15K from her business. Oh. Let him in my house. He replaced everything, cheated on me in the worst possible way while his family took his side on dates. What? Terrible. Bought me a perfume on my birthday, then I forgot it at his work the same day, so he used it and said it was my fault he used it. A man used your perfume? Okay. I went visiting him. He was in another city, and his flat was so dirty, I had to spend the entire day cleaning so I can sleep there without vomiting. Okay. Why are you over there cleaning some dusty's nasty apartment? You ain't the maid. But still nasty. I'm sorry. Horror stories. Horror stories. He didn't want to talk. No, he did not want to walk 2 minutes in the rain to the bus to see me and ask me to pick him up. Girl, why y'all dating Dusty's? Ain't got no car. I can't read no more. I'm getting drained. The dusty energy is not good. Okay. To replenish my energy. Hold on. These stories are terrible. Nightmare worthy. Y'all see now what y'all are doing when y'all keep dating for the wrong reasons. These are the absolute wrong reasons to date or to marry. You never marry broke. You don't date broke. You see that they lead to horror stories. Okay? Ain't nothing good will ever come of dating a dusty, ladies. Nothing. And here are the comments to prove it. You said, please sage the screen. I got some Palo Santo. I'm not gonna light it. I don't want the fire alarms going on. I'm just gonna sniff on it. I'll just spray some of this. This is good. Some rose water. The dust demon be gone. Whew. All right, here we go. Let's continue. I dated a guy who went to the bathroom when the bill came. I went on a second date and third date. I know I was young, and he did the same thing. He wanted to borrow my professional camera to earn some money. Ooh, he's a photography duster, huh? He's a photography dusty. He told me that he'll send me back home the next time I was late to his house. I was 2 minutes late. Girl, what the heck? Ugh. He said he would like me to be his second wife, and then I asked if he has polygamy money. He said the good news is both my wives will be working. Dust. He took loans out on my name and used it on him. Ew. I'm sorry, ma'am. May that never happen to any of us ever. That is terrible. Okay, I was in college and he asked to share my allowance with me. He practically lived in my apartment, asked for transport money. I was so naive. Why do y'all like these dudes? I stay dating. Okay, this lady says she stayed dating Dusties. At this point, we could all collab and write a book about Dusties, Dusty Diaries. Okay, here we go. Listen and Learn says a friend was paying half rent with her boyfriend and one day looked up the deed and found out her boyfriend was an actual owner of the house and never told her. Dang. Well, he got over on her. Lesson learned. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And people wonder why women are the way that they are. Good, terrible. How do you feel about borrowing money from men? I don't. You never borrow money from men if you have to pay them back. If they don't give it to you, don't take it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Borrowing money from men is saying I'm too ugly to get a man to give me money. Borrowing money from a man says that man don't like me enough to give me money. Borrowing money from a man says you're a pick-me-sha and can't get it for free. Okay? You never borrow money from a man. You either give it or you don't take it. Get it from somebody else. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm not paying you back, sir. Either you got it or you don't. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna find a real bad one. Hold on. When we were on the bus, the conductor checked his ticket and I didn't have one. So he ran away from the bus so he wouldn't be fined. I paid $70 fine for myself. He was just gone. Okay, so y'all was on the bus. Y'all didn't have no tickets. He ran away when they clocked him. And you had to pay fine. Okay. Dusty. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's another one. He was broke after his business had failed. He got sick and asked me for money. I did once because I thought we were serious. Then I noticed he only gets sick when I'm around, but healthy around his friends. I ghosted him after promising I'm going to ask my dad for money to give him. Okay, so he was faking it, girl, so he could pay his bill. Then he was well around his friends. Okay. He asked me for money and never paid it back. Girl, you should never gave it to him. I asked him to help me buy this dress online on his phone and he asked for my card details. I remember there was this guy that had been chasing me for over a year. I finally accepted his sweet and enduring invitation to dinner on Valentine's Day. I dressed up, bought me red roses, and picked me up to drive to his beautiful restaurant. Oh, to this beautiful restaurant. The restaurant was Valentine's themed with rose petals everywhere. Okay. But in an elegant way. We arrived and had a beautiful dinner and everything. Everything was perfect until the check came. Dot, dot, dot. So he wanted to split the bill or for you to pay? Ooh, he set you up, girl. Girl, you was nice to him that whole date, weren't you? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. This girl says her friend said that her man won't see her unless she pays for everything. He doesn't say it outright. It's just always, I can't because I have no money. And then she'll say, oh, well, I'll pay for it. Big Misha. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He asked for discounts in the grocery store and bargain and even in the restaurant. He wanted to pretend he is paying with my card. Ew. He kicked me out of his house, okay, with their twins, just 4 months old, without $1 and never pay any pension. Now kiddos turn 5 all of my own. I'm sorry, man. I'm sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't ever have kids with a Dusty. Horror stories. He said I'm gonna be one with money. After I said I study medicine, I blocked him. Oh, he said you were gonna be the one with the money. Okay. You gonna be the one with the money, huh? Dust. He said I was paying 2 last time and now you pay. You got a cash out question? Okay, hold on, man. I'm sorry. I just see it. I'm just seeing that. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Someone says, dust be gone. Okay. That was just Justina. Okay, and Daisha says, okay, I don't know if I should have said your name. Sorry, y'all didn't hear that. Okay. What was your story? I didn't see it. You didn't type nothing in there. Anyway, type it in there. Anyway, type it in the comments. Sorry, y'all. These dusty stories are like just bringing the vibe down. I need to end this. Ooh, that's enough for one day. That's enough. The Dusty Diaries are terrifying. It just makes me happy that I do what I do so that I can help some of these ladies to never have to experience those things again, or for women in the future not even have to experience those things from learning from other women's experiences. Okay. So remember, marry and date for lifestyle, and when the man likes you times 10, not because he's cute, not because you feel sorry for him, not because you are Pig Misha, but date for the correct reasons. Y'all be out here creating horror stories in this world and wondering why, you know, things are the way that they are, because y'all are contributing to it. Y'all got to stop. Y'all, we have to choose better as women, not to deal with no dust. Okay? Because if we're dealing with dust, we're enabling dust, and we're continuing, as you can see, a cycle of dust when we start to deal with them. So you cannot deal with dust. Just stop dealing with it. Just say, no, thank you. I can't do it. You're too dusty for me. You're broke. And before you go out on a date, if a man is love bombing you, make sure he's money bombing you. And I'm telling y'all need to stop all of this nonsense. Because most of this is y'all's fault for encouraging this dust. Okay? Now, I'm not blaming y'all 100%, but a lot of y'all could have done better. Okay? And do better, man. Have higher standards and you won't have to deal with no dust. You said you feel dusty after these stories. Me too, girl. I feel like I got to cleanse. Let me light my Michael Jackson candle. Okay, this will help. Okay, my candle, girl. Raise the vibes for her. This is not it. I only light this candle on certain times. So this is one of them. They're to dispel these dust demons up out of here. When you know better, you do better. Exactly. Okay. Okay. So it's going to get rid of that dusty negative energy. Them dust demons, be gone. Light my Michael candle. All right. Okay. You said a candle with a rich man will raise the energy. You said, I'm sorry that women needed to see themselves. Many women are dealing with dust. Yes, please. Y'all see yourselves and do better. You said it sucks to be lonely. It sucks to be in these dusty horror stories even more. I'd rather say, I would rather women literally be the best versions of themselves than have to deal with this dust. You said, where did I get my Michael Jackson candle? Girl, I probably ordered this online. Or somebody sent it to me. I can't remember. I probably bought it online somewhere. I think I might have bought it in the store. I don't know, but I saw it and I wanted it. And I got it. They probably have them online somewhere. Okay. You said someone says being lonely is more peaceful. Yes. Nobody want to experience half the stories that I just told from the comments. I'm gonna leave the comments up there on my Instagram and my TikTok because I posted the video asking people to leave their dusty stories in the comments on both TikTok and Instagram. I'm gonna leave it up there. If y'all find it, y'all find it. Sprinkle. Y'all can go and read through it too. So y'all know what to avoid and y'all see the red flags. Okay. Now, I'll answer y'all other questions now that we're done with the tales of the dust. Oh, we could only do a little bit of that because that was too much. They was doing too much over there. Okay. Okay. This is why, these dusties coming here saying that's why y'all are single. Exactly, because y'all, we're single. I'm not single, but a lot of these women choose to be single because they have to deal with all that dusty drama and trauma. Don't nobody want to deal with that mess. Go stay at your mama house, sir. Nobody wants that horrible nightmare that y'all bring. Okay, the dusty story giving me nightmares is scary. Thank you, Magda. I know that is scary, isn't it? This is why these dusties come in these comments and here's why y'all are going to be single. Thank goodness. Thank goodness that this is what we got to deal with. It's disgusting. This is why women choose to be single. Y'all hear these stories up in here? This is why women are choosing to be dust free. Only the top tier will qualify. Because don't nobody want to bring that trauma into their lives. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said, I'm glad you're affirming being single. If that's what being with a dusty man is, then I'm sure most women would rather be single than me with all this stuff that these ladies are putting in the comments. Being in a relationship does not mean enduring the dust. It does not mean suffering. It should not mean taking on someone else's dusty sun. That's what a relationship should not be. When you get into a relationship or a marriage, it should be beneficial for you, make your life better. It shouldn't be traumatizing you. Okay. So yes, if you're being traumatized in every relationship that you get into, it is better to be single. Because first of all, if you're not choosing the correct type of guy, you're going to be traumatized. If you're not choosing a man that likes you times 10 that can actually provide for you, you're probably going to be traumatized. Okay. So to avoid all of those things and future tales from the dust, y'all need to choose better men and have higher standards and stop settling for dust. And when a dusty gets in your face and talking about that's why you're single, say, well, that's why I'm also at peace, got a full bank account, look good and not stressed out by you and somebody else's dusty son. Okay? So y'all have to understand this. Don't nobody want to be with no dust. Don't nobody want no tales from the dust to tell in the future. Okay? Now, if you have tales from the dust to tell, write a book. Sell it. Teach other women. Okay? Turn your pain into money. I promise. Now, don't write your life story. Do it like I'm doing it, because don't nobody want to read your life story. That's boring. Put it in small tales. Like, y'all remember back in the old days how they had the chicken soup for the soul? Dusty tales to be told. There you go. Do it in small chapter. Collect stories from your friends. Write your dusty tales from dust, tales from the dust book. People have short attention span these days. You can make it a video series. I don't know. I'm giving y'all ideas on how to turn y'all's pain into money. But definitely help other women to avoid the dust, okay? There are plenty of women who are okay with not settling down for dusties. And it is better for you not to settle down with someone who is going to traumatize you versus being peaceful, having your best life, doing what you want to do, okay? Tales from the dust. Yes, the Dusty Chronicles. Don't do it. Let them stay with their mama, okay? And when their mama goes away and they can't afford that house no more, let them find out a nice grocery cart in the bridge. We don't care anymore. Stop taking in dust. All right? All right? The way they treat y'all need to start treating them. They don't have nowhere to go. Just tell them where the Walmart parking lot is. Okay, sprinkle. Walmart open 24 hours. Y'all can go over there. They got a nice parking lot over there. You might find your friends over there. Okay, send them straight to the Walmart parking lot and call it a day. Do not invite them in like on Sinners. You do not invite a dusty into your home. I've never gone. You never gave money to any man. I can't do it. Magda, me neither. Don't ever do it. Sprinkle. The only man I ever gave money to was that homeless man begging on the street a long time ago because he was dancing like Michael Jackson. But that's it. Okay? That's it. That's the only exception. Sprinkle. You said tail from the dust. Exactly. Hi, Shira. This man asked me how much my bills were. Okay. On a date. Later that day, he asked for Cash App. I haven't heard from him. Girl. Then he don't ever need to hear from you again either, ma'am. Sprinkle. I asked 2 guys for flowers on a date. Neither of them gave me flowers. On date 3, what to do? Don't go on date 3, ma'am. Sprinkle. We ain't making it to date 3 if he don't understand what you just told him. When he asks you for date 3, say, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm unavailable." Okay, don't be seen out in public with these men no more. Or if you're hungry, save them under free food, because you definitely can't save them under flowers. Just go eat. Find somebody else. Save their name under free food. Don't talk to them. Don't text them outside of free food. Okay. It's like, oh, I'm hungry. You want to take me to eat? No, I don't know. I don't need to be talking to you. That's free food. That's not flowers. Okay. He can't afford both. Okay. He's telling you right now, I can't afford both. It's either food or flowers. Okay. He's not the one. He's just free food. Mm-hmm. Sorry, y'all are going through tales from the dust. It is a nightmare. Y'all can literally escape. Y'all can literally get out of being in this horrible nightmare if you just understand your power. Okay? Get my books on Amazon. Too Pretty to Bay Pills. Sprinkle. I bring nothing to the table. This is a good beginner's guide. Okay. The wisdom of SheraSeven. Okay. This will keep you from backtracking and going back to dust. This is daily affirmations, quotes, etc. Okay. Get that book. Okay. Then you need this one. Leveling Up to Your Best Life, Creating a Life of Comfort and Luxury. This teaches you how to treat yourself so other people know how to treat you as well. It's a cute coffee table book. It has little arts and crafts in there, creative ways to, make your life more luxurious on any budget. That's, this is a really good gift to give someone as well. Very nice. Hold on. And let me show you the best part of this whole book. There's a little thank you letter in the back to all my subscribers and supporters. And then, of course, there's a picture. It's the only reason. Y'all, just kidding. So, sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all definitely get this book. It has chapters. It's a coffee table book. Y'all's book will be pink. This is the author's copy. Okay. Yeah, go to my, I'm going to link it here, all my books. Sprinkle, sprinkle, y'all. They're on Amazon. Definitely put them in your cart and buy them. You need them. Gift them to your friends who are pick biches. Yes. Okay. Don't ever deal with dust ever again. Save yourself the pain and the trauma. You said, if women step it up, then men have to step it up. I know. The reason why these men are treating y'all like this, some of y'all ladies, because y'all don't love yourselves. Okay. This is the number one reason. Y'all will take trash, garbage, dust, and y'all will continue to allow it in your space. That's why they treat you that way, because you don't even like yourself. They are abusive to you because you are abusive to yourself. You don't like yourself enough to have higher standards to dismiss them. They know that they're not worth anything. And if you find value in them and they don't even find value in themselves, they think something is wrong with you and they're going to punish you for that, ladies. So definitely don't ever deal with dusties. A woman value depends on her mentality. Favorite video. Thank you, girl. The president. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. I hope you enjoyed it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yes. The reason why y'all are getting treated so bad is because they don't like you because you like them, and they don't even like themselves. And they're wondering, what the heck is wrong with this stupid chick that she wants me such a loser? They hate themselves. They hate you. You hate yourself. They hate you too. That's the cycle that y'all keep going through, and y'all date dust. Okay. It's terrible. It's negative. It's disgusting. You will never get anywhere. It's a cycle of poverty and hate. It is literally a mindset of self-hate and poverty cycle. You have to escape it. It is better to rise alone than let a dusty take you down. Okay? Get out of it, man. Ain't nothing. You don't need that. You don't need it. You never needed it. Okay? You don't need a horror story to tell. And ladies that haven't messed up yet, you don't need a horror story to tell. You need a success story. Avoid the horror stories. Avoid the dust. Dusties out there, get your money up and stop being dusty. Stop hating women. Love yourselves. Do better. Get that balding cream so you don't go bald and hate everybody because of it. I don't know. All right. Get you a wig. Get you a toothpaste, something. Because some of these men just hate themselves and they take it out on women because they lost their hair. Boy, go get you a wig and shut up. We already know half of y'all are wigologists anyway. Okay. Some of these men out here just don't like women. They're jealous of y'all. They're mad because they're balding. They're mad because they ain't got no money. So the one thing that all these dusty horror stories had in common in the comments was that the man never gifted them. And if they did, they took it back. When a man doesn't gift you as a woman, that is a red flag right away. okay? If you've been on a couple of dates, if somebody is claiming you as their woman, they haven't never bought you nothing, no gift, no nothing, get out now. You see where it leads. Okay? They don't like you at all. They don't like you at all. If a man can't go and gift you anything, he doesn't like you, no matter what you keep telling yourself and no matter how many lies they keep telling you. The one thing all these stories mostly had in common was that the man never gifted the woman. Okay? So, get out. It says basically a crime to like a Dusty. It is. It's a major crime. If I was the president, I would make it a crime. Don't play with me. If I were the president, I would make it a crime. I would pass a law. Any woman caught paying for a man, any man asking a woman for money, it's gonna be a crime. Pick Misha too. She gonna get in trouble if she pay for some dust. She's like, I can't do it. It's a crime. Girl, do you know how things would change with quickness? If it was a crime to be dusty or a crime to pay for some dust, things would change quick. He said, think like a man, but act like a goddess. Thank you. Asani. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle. He said, it'll be illegal to date Dusties. Exactly. It'll be illegal to be broke. It'll be illegal to have no job. If you're a man, or you got to have your own business, it got to be making this much money. You know what I'm saying? Or you can't date. If you don't make a certain amount of money, you cannot date. You're going to need a card to date. If there's going to be a check, you know how they're checking IDs at the door? If you don't have a certain credit card with a certain amount of money on it or a bank account, you can't even date. You can't even date. Can't even get into the restaurant with the woman. You got to go by yourself, and y'all can't meet up. Sorry, sir, you're too broke today. Get out. They're going to be... Anyway, this is why they don't want a woman for president? Exactly. Everything would change. And nobody would be dating Dust. Dusties would literally have to get their money up in order to even look at a woman. You said my movie would be a hybrid of the Purge and Barbie movie. Now, I don't think I would be that extreme. I would just strongly, suggest certain things. Okay. I would strongly suggest certain things. Girl, since I was telling them dusty stories, the clouds start to get darker when I start to tell them stories. I gotta lighten it up in here. My goodness. Is it gonna rain now? Shoot. I'm going to movies tonight. I'm going to see The Conjuring. See how I can expel these dust demons even further. That's coming out. What? You said I would be on national TV giving these speeches? I'd be live on TV. We're addressing the country. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Press. Okay, today we're going to be talking about staying dust-free. Ladies, we're not doing it no more. If you're paying for a grown, able-bodied man, you can't claim him on your taxes anymore. Okay? You're excited to watch The Conjuring too, girl? All right. I missed your super chat. Hold on, let me go back. I'm sorry. A woman's value depends on her mentality. Favorite video. Okay. Thank you. You saved me thousands in therapy fees, Shera. Your teachings are straightforward and yield results. Thank you, Shera. Okay. To you, for you gifts. I appreciate that, ma'am. Okay. I think I got all of them. Mm-hmm. Okay, next I'm gonna ask a question like I'm gonna do a whole nother video and I'm gonna ask for success stories so we can feel better. Okay, so I'm gonna do another reel and another TikTok asking for y'all success stories. Then I'm gonna read those so y'all can have some hope and goals. That one's next. First, I have to show y'all the picture of what not to do. Okay, now I'm gonna show you some success stories from ladies so you know what to do. Because this is terrible what y'all been doing. It's not the way. Thank you for those brave enough to share your most dustiest experiences in the comments. I appreciate y'all. And I hope that y'all have learned your lessons to never repeat. And I hope that y'all have opened other women's eyes to not fall into certain similar situations. So, yes, that was very brave of you, ladies. We thank you for your stories and your dusty tales from the dust. Horror stories, okay? Even some guys chimed in the comments and apologized for men treating y'all that way. On Instagram and TikTok. So that's a good sign. That's a glimmer of hope, even if it's a small glimmer. And maybe if men are reading those things, they'll be more aware and treat women a little bit more kind. Okay. You said you feel like you've been dodging bullets, girl. You said there were no dusties in the chat today. There sure wasn't. They were ashamed of themselves, okay? Thank you. Stopped being a pygmisha and leveled up. Thank you, Adori. Well, I am so glad you are leveling up and no longer dabbling in the dust. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. You said that's why dusties are always complaining about women wearing wigs, hair, and extensions and makeup because they can't afford it and they don't want you leveling up to a better man who actually likes you to look your best. Thank you, Charla. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you for the super chat. You said the second a man complains about weave and makeup, I know he's broke and has nothing to offer. Yep. Time to go back down the drain where he came from. Thank you, Charla, again for the super sticker. Appreciate you. You said, thank you, Shera. I'm dust free, paid, and detached. Thank you, Karina. I appreciate that. And I'm so glad you are dust free. That's the goal. Sprinkle, sprinkle. How to avoid being intimate with a man as long as possible. Because you don't have to be intimate with anybody. You don't have to avoid it if you ain't never was going to be in the first place, man. Just don't tell him that you're never going to do it and just keep his hope alive to only disappoint him. It's so funny when y'all ask me how to avoid it. These dusties, these guys keep using the power of suggestion on y'all, thinking that it's an obligation. It is not an obligation. You don't have to do nothing with that man, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Just collect the money. All right? That's how you avoid it, by not ever doing it ever. You don't have to tell them. You just don't do it. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's how you avoid it. You don't even do it. You don't even put it as a consideration in your mind. Okay? Just like when I go out, I know that there's certain things I will never do. That's never going to be a consideration. That's how you need to be. You see a man, you know you ain't ever gonna roll around on the mattress with him, and you know that's how it's gonna be. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You don't have to avoid anything that you never planned on doing. You get it? Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said so many guys insult women to try to make them like them. Well, that's not the way. They need money. Tell them they're doing it wrong. Tell them they need the money bomb us instead of insulting us. Tell them to go get their money up. They're doing everything backwards and wrong. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. It's like, I'm sorry, sir. That doesn't work anymore. You got to go get some money. It never worked in the first place on many women, but it's definitely not working. Go get some money, sir. That's your best bet. That's what you need to tell him. Had to realize I didn't like or love myself. He called himself a loser and said he was jealous of me, my career, and my achievements. Thank you, Kayla, for sharing. Okay, yeah, they're going to tell you straight up. So, yeah, listen, understand, don't repeat. Loving yourself is the most valuable thing you can do because it eliminates so many people from your life, so many losers, a lot of bad decisions and all that. Thank you, Charla. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, loving yourself can help you avoid so much. It can keep you on the correct path. It keeps your standards high. It doesn't allow you to waste time with losers, etc., etc. Okay, that's why it's the key. It's very important. And loving yourself just means putting yourself as a priority, having standards, and not compromising them for anybody. Okay. If they can't reach the standard, they got to keep it moving. No arguing, no debates. If you can, you can. If you can't, you can't. That's it. There's no negotiating. Some of y'all out here negotiating with dust. Trying to save dust. You don't save dust. You throw dust in the trash where it belongs. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all out here trying to save dust. What are you doing? What you saving the dust for? They got to save themselves, darling. Sprinkle, sprinkle. What to do with a boyfriend who just wants to be with me all the time and do everything together? We live together at his place and he fully provides. Do things that he hates so he don't want to hang out with you. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Literally had a Dusty say to me one time, "Why do you like me? There must be something wrong with you." Men will tell on themselves, ladies. Yup, love yourself. Thank you, DS. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yup. They know they don't like you if you like them and they don't like themselves. They know they're a loser. Why are you with them? You must be an even bigger loser. That's what they're thinking. So stop trying to save the dust. Stop trying to deal with them. They don't like you. They don't like themselves. Get you a man that loves himself and has some money and loves you. Okay. Okay. Your sugar daddy is so old, you worried he might have a heart attack while we're on a date. Girl, make sure he got them pills. So if he start to go into cardiac arrest, he got to sprinkle, sprinkle. So like, got your pills? That's what you got to do to old people. Remind them to get their medication. All right. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Make sure he got on his life alert and his medication and his ID card. You be all right. Somebody said learn CPR. You funny. Okay. If you can't send a super chat, you can send a cash app. That doesn't let you type too much, so you got to like really abbreviate or make the question short. Yeah, okay. You said get that paperwork. I'm sorry, y'all. They had to go through all this dusty trauma. Some of y'all should have avoided it altogether. And Avoid the dust altogether, ladies. Don't give them the benefit of the doubt. Don't help them. Don't do none of that stuff. They will resent you for it. They will hate you for it, and they will punish you for it. Okay? No matter if you're trying to be a kind, good, honest woman and you're just going to help them, they don't even want you to help them. They don't like you. They might tell you to help them, but they will hate you for doing it. Don't do it. Thank you, Shira, for sharing these stories with us. We deserve so much more. I'd like to know your opinion. Why do you think so many women stayed for as long as they have? And some of these dynamics. Thank you, Dee. I think they stayed because they didn't love themselves and they thought that they were helping these people when they were really hindering them and enabling them to be even more dusty. I think they stayed because they were afraid that they couldn't find someone else to pretend like they liked them enough. I think they stayed because they invested in this dust, hoping that they would get better, and they never will. I think they stayed because the dusty probably brainwashed them, thinking that nobody else would deal with them or want them. I think they stayed because of embarrassment from other people, saying, I told you, girl, I told you he wasn't no good. I think they stayed because they did not understand that they were valuable and worth more and could do better. So that's why I think they stayed, because they didn't know no better. They didn't know that they were worth more. Okay, Imani says, what if a man holds your hand while walking on the first date and calls you baby through text the next day? Is that doing too much? He's in his 50s. Has he paid any bills, baby? Has he bought you any gifts? I'm not holding no old man's hand unless he's been spending money, baby. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. If he calls you baby, send him Cash App links. Send him wish lists. Okay? He's in his midlife crisis. Let him take you shopping. Someone said they stayed because mothers were married to Dusties too. Yeah. Someone said they stayed because the women invested more. Yep. Stop paying for dust. They'll leave you. You ain't ever got to leave them. Okay. You know what? When I read those stories, they're so sad and disturbing that it makes me even happier to do what I do. Thank you, Kayla. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're 23 and my guy is 34. I asked him to help me with rent. He promised and didn't come through. He usually helps out, but this time he didn't. Okay, he's getting comfortable, man. It's time to add you another one to the roster. It means go get you one that's 44 or 54 that has money, that lives on the rich side of town. Go get you another one that has money. He probably going to be like, it's only going to get worse. You read them stories. You heard them stories. It's about to get worse. Okay? That's your first indicator that it's about to get worse. Learn from these other women's experiences and do what you need to do. It's about to get worse. You're in a pattern. You see how it keeps dwindling? Snip it in the bud now. Like, nip it in the bud right now. Okay? You got to get rid of that dust. He might be older, but he's still dusty. He can't help you this time. He definitely ain't going to be able to help you next time or the next time. If you don't make him help you this time, he's going to say, oh, well, you got it because you got it last time. And the cycle will continue. Okay? Say, well, I'm sorry. You need to call your mom to come pick you up. Call his mama for him. Say, he ain't got his half the rent. You shouldn't be going 50-50 with him. If he can't pay your whole rent, he don't even need to be there. I don't know if y'all live together. Hopefully you don't. But this is why you need to be dating more than one guy. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Get him out now. Delete him now from your contacts. Don't answer the phone. It's only going to get worse. He don't live with you? Thank goodness. He usually helps out. Okay, well, this is your indicator that it's time to add another one to your roster. Okay? Remember, there will always be indicators and things to let you know, and red flags that pop up to let you know what you got to be doing as a woman. Okay? When they tell you something, that means it's time to take action on your side before you get left high and dry. Okay? You might not even need his help, but still, it's an indicator that you need to be looking elsewhere because he can't do what he needs to be doing. Okay, it's time to add some more to the list, baby. Okay. Someone says back on the market. Yep, he can't do it. Somebody else will. Yeah, he's too young anyway, girl. You need to find somebody that have real extra money. Okay. How to get a man who's been used for money to invest in you. Okay, if a man fixes his mouth to say he's been used for money, that means he doesn't have money. Because when a man dates a woman and he has real money, he doesn't call it being used. He calls it dating. Okay, so that's an indicator that he doesn't have the type of money you need. Okay, you need to go find somebody that's used to women that require a lot. Go to the rich side of town. Most of our mothers didn't teach us anything. Glad we have the internet and people like you. Thank you, Blueberry Tea. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Well, I'm glad to be here for y'all. So, yes, a man that says that he's been used, he's setting you up not to ask for anything. He's giving you a sob story. He's emasculating himself in front of you. He's telling you he ain't finna spend. It's time to move on. Go find a man who is used to dating high caliber women. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. He told on himself. He just told you he was dusty and he ain't gonna give you no money. That's what he told you. Next. Mm-hmm. And remember, these dusties will love bomb you to try to get something out of you to make you think you special. You already are special. That's why they up in your face. But you ain't that special to where you finna reach in your purse and pay for no dude's money. Okay? You special in a different way. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay? How to get the bag without having to, y'all never have to. You just get the money. You just tell them. You find somebody that likes you times 10. Look, because y'all keep, go find someone that likes you times 10. Go find someone that is obsessed with you, loves the way you look. Okay? They're going to be probably old and ugly and looking like who did it and why, but who cares? They're going to like you so much. You will never have to reach in your purse in their presence. They will not rush you into the bed because they don't want to risk losing you after investing a lot of money. They may want to roll around on the mattress with you, but they're not going to risk losing all that they've invested. They're going to be patient. They like you more. They think you're the one. They're not going nowhere. They're going to keep investing until nobody else can compare to them. Okay. Y'all keep falling for the okie doke, the broke dusties, the men that don't even like you, the men that are on the DL, and y'all wonder why they laughing at y'all behind y'all's back because y'all don't even love yourselves enough. Okay. Only they like you 10 times more and got the money to prove it. That's it. Okay. Do you have any unique ways to get away from dusties and meet intentional men? Seems like all these dusty men cling onto women they know are better. Okay. You got to go to the rich side of town, ma'am. You got to get out of Dustyville and go to where everyone is successful. You got to go hang out on the rich side of town and often. You got to join something over there. You got to become a member of the community over there. You got to join a historical society. You got to get to the rich side of town and get away from all the dusties, the dust mites, and everything. You got to get away from them. You have to rid yourself of dust demons. You got to go do a dust exorcism. Okay. You got to do all of the above and get over there to where dust is unable to get. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what you got to do. You got to get rid of the dust and go to a different environment, a dust-free environment. Thank you, Neely Crumb. Your neighbor is 27 and is a trust fund kid. You're 28 and divorced. He likes me times 10 more than I like him, but I can't get past his boy-like mentality, and it's hard for me to see a future relationship with him. Girl, he's too young anyway. Just get his money. Let him buy you stuff. Give him your wish list. Date other men at the same time. Y'all aren't going to be in a relationship because he doesn't have what it takes. What if his trust fund runs out? Then what y'all going to do? Just let him spend on you now while you date other guys who are more mature and know how to, deal with you. Okay. Y'all act like y'all can only have one at a time. That is not true. Do better. Just get what he can offer you, and continue to date guys that can do for you as well. So if you don't like his personality, it's only going to get worse. And is his money going to last? Is it going to run out? Like, what's happening? Does he have a way to make his own money? Okay. You said, why do they all rush you into bed? So they can rush you right back out and replace you with the next chick. That's why. A man that wants to stick around with you, a man that sees you in their future, will not rush you into anything, because they got time. You're going to be with them all your life. They think you the one. They plan on making you their wife. They're not going to rush you anywhere. Okay. If they want to go roll around on the mattress with somebody, they'll go find Pick Me, should call her up, and then ghost her the next day because she's free. All right. So a man that really likes you, he's not going to rush you into anything. He wants you to stick around. He don't want to risk losing you. If he feel like he want to go and roll around on the mattress with somebody, he's not going to ask you to do that. He's going to secretly go circle the block for Pick Misha with no re-entry fee and go roll around over there, ghost her, and come right back to you and spend the money on you. That's what he's going to do. Okay. So remember, when some of these guys are going back, circling the block, calling you up after they ghosted you, they might be trying to get some. They might be trying to circle the block on somebody else because they're not going to give it up to them. Remember that. That's why you always need to charge the re-entry fee, ladies. And ladies, when a man likes you, he's not going to rush you into nothing because he doesn't want to risk losing you, especially if he likes you times 10. He ain't going to risk it because it's hard to come by. You know, hard to come by a woman he actually likes and wants and sees as his future. So when you're the one, when he really invested in you, he will circle the block for Pick Misha and come back and still spend on you. Boyfriend is super hot and rugged, manly. He doesn't realize it though because he doesn't care. How to make sure he stays like that? I like him thinking he's average. I don't know. Maybe he'll never realize it. Does he work around all men? Okay, don't bring him around your friends then. Sprinkle. Wonderful. Buy him ugly clothes, on his birthday. Keep him ugly. Suggest bad haircuts. I don't know. Girl, be like, oh, this bowl cut would be cute on you. Buy him some stanky cologne for his birthday. I don't know. Someone says level up your looks and keep friends away from you. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm glad y'all are wising up as ladies and not settling for dust no more. It is 2025. Nobody should be dating a dusty if they love themselves. If you love yourself as a woman, you will not date a dusty. How do you know you don't love yourself? If you dating a dusty. Okay, because you wouldn't do that to yourself. If you had a daughter, would you want her dating the same type of dusty dudes y'all are dating? No. So why are you doing that to yourself? You're teaching your children what to accept. Remember that. If y'all stuck in a dusty relationship, y'all are teaching y'all's kids that's what you're supposed to be doing, and it ain't. Okay. Sprinkle. You said, why do women who don't wear makeup or weave like to brag about it? Because they can't brag about their makeup and weave. Duh. Sprinkle. Okay. Okay. Like they can't say, oh my gosh, isn't this a beautiful wig? It was so expensive. And don't y'all love this lip gloss? It's so plumpy. They can't say that, so what they gonna say? I love my natural hair and my lip balm. Good for you. As long as you love yourself enough not to be with no dust, I don't care. As long as you love yourself enough not to go 50-50, I don't care. That's the most important thing. Don't be with no dusty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. They got the clear lip gloss, and then they got the color. They got the wig, and then they got the natural hair. As long as they don't got no dust, we good. All right. He didn't told me he's going to travel to Brazil with his Brazilian girlfriends. I only know because he posted a story and didn't told me directly. Is that normal? I haven't been talking in 4 days now. Girl, he cheating on you, girl. Bye. If he's claiming you and his girlfriend as his significant other and don't tell you that he's doing this and doing that with girls, he's playing you. He's probably cheating on you. Okay? Y'all know y'all too smart to be falling for the okie doke. Where's your other man with money? He's supposed to have another backup with more money, or at least the same money as he's doing for you. You got to have your backup all the time. He got backup. He's on a trip to Brazil with his backups. Where's yours? Okay, one day y'all gonna wake up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all gonna wake up one day. Please wake up soon. What to do if he says all girls are his type? They say all money is my type. Cash, credit card, debit card, coins, Venmo, PayPal, Cash App. That's your type, baby. They don't discriminate, neither do we. Just get the money. Ladies, listen to Shera. Thank you, Weird Videos. I am forever. Okay, Weird Video says she is forever single, but my sister was obsessed with her husband for 30 years, and she went into a coma after eventually died. He had a barbecue to celebrate. There are no what? There are no something with men. Put yourself first. Okay. Okay, so he celebrated your sister's death. Never give your life to no man or no dusty. Always keep yourself first. That's terrible. I'm sorry that happened to you, girl. Happened to your sister. That's terrible. Okay. Oh, outliers. Okay. That is tragic. It is. Basically, there are no exceptions with men. Exactly. Love yourself. Put yourself as a priority. If they don't like you times 10, don't deal with them. If they ain't paying for stuff, don't deal with them. Y'all dealing with men, that's, when y'all deal with certain types of men, y'all are doing that to yourselves. Y'all already know it. You can't even be mad if you accept it and they tell you what they are. Okay, do better, ladies. The men be waiting for their spouses to go. It's that your girl. Honestly, women do men a favor by actually marrying them. Your hand in marriage should be a gift to them and not a free maid. Your hand in marriage should be to upgrade your lifestyle and not to better theirs. Okay, they should be doing that for you. You shouldn't be doing that for them. Okay, if they like you times 10, they're going to treat you good anyway. And a man will be lucky to have you if he wants to make you his wife. You're not going to have to beg him. You're not going to have to give him ultimatums and all that kind of stuff. If he's not happy to rush to the altar with you and give you everything you want, then say no. I'm serious. Who wants to get into a relationship with somebody that don't even like you and just want to build on your back? Okay. So we are divine gifts. Exactly. Don't give yourself away to these dusties. You said, but it is horrible. Exactly. All right, y'all. I'm getting ready to wrap this up. All right. Stay dust free, y'all. Get out of the dusty the relationships. Save yourself. Lots of women get diseases from dealing with dusties. Dust kills. Yeah, stay out of the dusty corners. Stay away from dust. They don't care. They don't like you. They don't even like themselves. If you're dealing with a dusty, it's because you don't love yourself. Let me repeat that. If you are with a dusty man, you don't love yourself. And if you want to love yourself, you got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of the dust if you love yourself. Because when you get rid of dust, your eyes open up, they clear up, you could breathe again, you could see things for how they really are. And then you could start to love yourself again and not do that ever again, and level up yourself into a better environment and better situation. Because a lot of times y'all's dusties got y'all so brainwashed that y'all can't even tell that they're dusty. If you got to make an excuse for them, if they don't give you gifts, if they're not doing the most for you, if they don't put you up on a pedestal, if you're not living the lifestyle you want to be living at the time, at the current time, it's because they're dusty. It's time for them. It's time for them to go. And you care too much, care about yourself more, because they don't care about you. Okay? Nobody cares about you, but you care about them. That should tell you one thing: they don't love you. If you ask for a certain amount of money and he can only give me half of that, how should I accept it? I only accept the full amount. I don't say, well, every little bit counts. You can give me the rest tomorrow or the next day. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. I'll find somewhere else to get it. But get the money first. Then tell them, well, you know what? Every little bit helps. I still need A, B, C, and D. I still need a little bit more. If he's able to do it, he's able to do it. If not, get it from somewhere else. Okay? Always have a backup. Always have one and two, because if one can't do it, the other one will. Always ask for double for what you need so that you can get exactly what you need. Okay? If you were to ask for double, he might have given you the whole amount that you actually needed. Always ask for double, because a lot of times these men have it. They just don't want to give it to you. So you can negotiate down to actually what you actually need. Okay? So if you need 2,000, ask for 4,000. See what he can do. Always ask for double. That way, when they say, "Oh, I can only do this much," then that's just enough. Then he's still gonna owe you money. And see, he's still gonna have to give you the rest that you don't even need. All right, wonderful. Mm-hmm. Okay, 60-year-old and married 40 years to a dusty because I loved him. Now he's terminally ill and you're learning from you how to choose my future man. Okay, girl. Well, maybe you'll meet him at the funeral. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Thank you, Lady Deb, for the super sticker. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Wear your best dress, ma'am. All right. You said it's never too late. Exactly. Look good get your little black dress and your little widow's outfit together. Get snatched for the funeral. All right. What if you like him? Don't let him know. Level yourself up. So has to level up with you. Girl, I'm not even waiting on him to level up. If he ain't already where he's supposed to be, you shouldn't want him anyway. Okay. That's like moving into a house before it's done being built. They don't make no sense. Okay. Yeah, don't like him until he's likable, which means he's able to do for you. There should be boundaries, okay? You can have, look, let me tell y'all. Say you have a male acquaintance, but he likes you and he's dusty and there's no way he can afford you. Keep him at a distance. You know, this is a professional. Like if you work with him, if you can't afford you, keep him at a distance. He can't get close to you. Okay, he don't got enough money. All right, keep him at a distance. That's it. There's no negotiating that. There are women that are really good at this. They're high maintenance. Whenever they go somewhere, people already know not to even talk to them if they don't have a certain amount of money. That's another way to keep them at a distance. If you're not on that level yet, you can literally talk to them as if they are an acquaintance. You don't be cool with them. You don't share too much with them. You're just like, yes, yes, okay, thank you so much. You treat them like customer service. All right. So when you can treat people with kindness, you can treat people with respect, but so they don't cross the line trying to holler at you. You treat them like customer service. Okay. That's it. You ain't got to be mean and evil all the time, I mean, unless you want to be, but you need to keep them at a distance. You don't need to be cool with them. You don't need to be smiling at them. You don't need to be laughing at the little jokes. You need to treat them like customer service and keep it professional, short, so that don't get the wrong idea. Because some of y'all keep going back into the cycle of dust because y'all are too nice and need male validation from anything. Okay? Customer service voice. That's it. They don't qualify. That's it. Don't give them the wrong idea. I missed your super chat. Hold on. Let me scroll back. Okay. I thought I got it. You said you were 60 years old. Was that you? Miss Witt. I don't see it. Let me scroll. It might not have came up. I'll keep looking. I don't see it. Unless you sent me the Cash App. Okay. Or hadn't come through yet. It said all facts. Someone says all facts. Is that you, girl? Miss China. All right. No, I got them all, baby. Okay. You said what? Don't date for potential. That's exactly what y'all don't need to be doing. Y'all be trying to, they tell you their little sob story, their little plan that will never come true, and y'all be buying into it. Oh, I'm going to be famous and rich one day. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take care of you. And y'all be believing that bull crap. Why don't you go find somebody that can already do it? So you don't have to listen to the future stories. You can actually live the life that they're telling you about. Some of y'all ain't never gonna live that life with that loser dusty. Y'all be okay, one day. No, that could be today if you go get the right type of guy. Okay, stop listening to losers. Stop listening to the okie doke. If they don't have it now, they don't need to be in your presence right now. Okay, that's like you going shopping, going up to the register, putting all the stuff at the register, talking about I'm gonna have the money one day to pay for this stuff. Why did you even go shopping, fool? They ain't got no layaway. You gonna lay away your dust? No. Stop dating for potential. That's the stupidest thing y'all doing. It's like gambling and losing. Y'all dumb. Any woman that's dating for potential is stupid and dumb. And I said it. You dumb. Say, lay away your dust. Exactly. Say, well, call me when you get it. All right. You gonna be rich one day? All right. Well, when that day comes, call me. Oh, if I don't want you now, you don't want me then? Well, I don't want you now because you ain't got nothing now. So win-win. Well, if you ain't shooting in the gym, I don't be it. I don't shooting what? I don't be playing sports. I play pickleball. I like golf. I like tennis. I ain't. What the heck? Oh, if I don't want to build with you, I'm not Barbara the Builder, sir. I'm not gonna get none of your money in the future. You ain't got no money. Don't look like you got no future either. Well, it take 2 income. We'll go get 2 jobs. You're not finna convince me. You dusty. All you convincing me is that you dusty. So that's what y'all need to be hearing when these guys are promising you things in the future. If you help me now, I'm gonna do this for you later. No, that's just dumb stupidness. Okay. They can't do it now. Bypass. You can't do something. If they can't do something for you now, bypass. Go get another one. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They might be excited about their future plans that will never come, but let them be excited alone and single. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Glad. I hope you get your dream because I'm not contributing to it. I'm so happy you're so excited about your future now. Call me when it happens. I'll be rooting for you from a distance. Okay? Well, I'm going to be rich and famous one day. I got me a rap contract. Oh, great. Well, hopefully you'll give me an autograph when that happens. Anyway, it's time for me to go. You don't want to be on the journey with me? No, thank you. I have plans. Oh, okay. So you don't want to be on the journey with me. You don't want to build with me. Nope. Never plan on being with a rapper, sir. That's your dream. Good luck to you. Will you make it? Let me know. I'll buy some tickets to your concert. It's gonna make them feel real stupid. Your friend built her man to become a doctor and then he left her for his dream girl. She let him live in her house for free. Oh, I'm sorry. Don't ever date for potential. Don't build no man. Don't give him no money. Now, she is just an example of what not to do. Okay. So, hopefully y'all are learning. Don't build a man, no matter what they tell you, no matter what. No matter what. You ain't going to keep them if you build them. If you build them, they will leave. Don't do it. He ain't got to build himself. Exactly. You know, the first woman that built a man was his mother. She built him in the womb. Then he gonna come over and lay up at your house and let you finish building him in the world. You're his second mother. We don't build men. When a man decides to be a man and take on a wife or a girlfriend, he's supposed to be already built. Okay? Stop being their second mothers. Because all they're going to do is leave home. Leave them alone. Just don't do it. And then you see these dusties in the comments talking about, well, they don't want to build with us no more. They think they expect us to already have everything. Okay, well then stop dating. Stop trying to move in with women if you ain't got no money to be married and create and the lifestyle that they want. Stop trying to move in. Let that woman date other men. Your day is Thursday. Goodbye. You free food Freddy. That's all you can afford. Okay, we can't build with free food Freddy. All we can do is eat with you on Thursday. Okay, goodbye. Know your place, sir. You free food Freddy on Thursday night. Don't ask to move in. Don't ask to do nothing. Don't ask her for no money. If you ain't got it, don't call on Thursday. Okay? Some of y'all are free food Freddy trying to be somebody's husband and don't even have money to buy a ring. Okay? These Dusties are crazy. And then you have dumb pick-meshas that are reaching in their purse because they got them a good job to pay for this dust. And then the dust won't even claim them in public. Disgusting. Okay? All right. Let me tell y'all one thing before I leave, because I'm getting ready to log off. If you don't feel good about yourself as a woman, if you don't love yourself more than that you will love any man, if you don't think that you are all that, definitely do not date no man until you do. Okay? Until you walk into every room as if you are the prize, that your presence is a gift, and any man that steps to you, they better have money to provide, and they better like you 10 times more if they see any type of future with you. That's how you need to walk into every room thinking. And you need to have that main character energy. Okay? I'm sorry. But unless y'all want to sign up for dusty trauma, that's what y'all need to be walking like and talking like and acting like. Because all y'all, the rest of y'all are just got targets on your back for some dusty to come over there and exploit you. Okay? And dusties know exactly who to exploit. They look at the woman with low self-esteem, the woman that don't love herself, the one that don't look put together, the woman that looks desperate, the one that will pull out her wallet, the one that's lucky to be with him, the one that thinks he's cute. Okay? The one with low standards, the one that's easily to manipulate and control, the one that's easy to lie to. They see you from a mile away, and y'all just be buying into it. Come on. Love bombing is not love. It's false, temporary validation to get what they want. Money bombing, direct deposits, gifts, investment, nice flowers, jewelry, planned dates. These are the signs that you're looking for. Not excuses, not future talk, not any of the stuff that these dusties are coming up with. None of those, okay? Y'all need to learn the difference. Your boyfriend is 25, you're 29. How do I get him to invest? Okay. He's too young. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You can get him to give you some money, pay for food or whatever, but I think he's way too young to take him seriously as a boyfriend. I would just take his money, make sure he's paying on dates. I also think that he's probably not ready for any type of real commitment as far as marriage or kids are concerned, but maybe not. Just get him to make sure that he's giving you gifts on every holiday, paying for dates, maybe giving you a little extra money here and there, because that's all he could basically do at that age. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Just make sure you never reach in your purse or he misses any gifts. That's all he can do at that age. Okay. Anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. Thank y'all so much, everybody, for enduring the tales from the dust stories that we got from the comments on Instagram and TikTok. It was a horrible horror story of a read, but hopefully it will open a lot of women's eyes and help them do better in life, to see the red flags. If your man isn't gifting you, if your man doesn't buy you nice things, if he doesn't give you birthday gifts, any type of gifts, he don't like you, get rid of him soon. You are worth more than that. If your mama didn't tell you, I'm telling you. Dust be gone. All right? Get them out of your lives. Girl, send them back to their mama or under the bridge with a shopping cart where they belong. Okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.